Shalom, Israel. Shalom. It's your brother J.D. Nijah. See how this works? I'm the only one on the beach right now. You know why I'm the only one on the beach? Because everyone thought there was an oil spill. Everyone thought there was an oil spill. These guys pulled a fucking fast one. So there was a major oil spill, right? A massive oil spill this week. And this is where it was located. Oh, before I go into this, I wanted to do a different video first. This one's on when women have sex with multiple men. If you pull up GMS, despise not thy youth. It's GMS, despise not thy youth. And the video is called When Women Have Sex with Multiple Men. All right, I've seen this video before, and it ties in exactly with the way the Lord set it up to be. And I'm going to explain it real quick because I've gone into it before. It's not that hard to understand unless you're a simple-minded monkey brain. It's easy. When sperm carries DNA markers. When sperm enters a woman's vagina through a penis, through sexual intercourse, that vagina, the reason a vagina tightens up when it's getting boned is because it's trying to suck that penis as far in as possible so when the sperm come out, and that's why a lot of times you have mutual orgasms, because that's the easiest way for it to happen. The woman is accepting and the man is penetrating and encountering or engendering or whatever it is, however you want to say it. He's going in and she's opening the door and pulling him in. So that being said, when that sperm, in this video, the woman, I've seen this video before, and it's true, and it's not just fake shenanigans. You know, if it matches up with the scriptures, then you know that it's true. That's because he's the truth, the way, and the life. Anyhow, all praises to Yahweh B'Hashem, Yahweh Shai B'Hashem, Rekakodash. In his power and in his name, let this video be edifying and informative to the flock. So what happens when women have sex with multiple men? They have this sperm dumped in them, and the sperm reacts with their body because that's what sperm is supposed to do. Sperm and ovaries are supposed to have interaction. They have to dance. So just because it doesn't dance to the point where you have a baby, once that sperm goes in you, you have that man's DNA in your body. And it's in the part of the body that's most important to a woman, because that's where your woman parts are. And it comes from the man's most important part, which is to procreate and have babies, which is his penis. So when the woman gets this DNA in her, she has that man's temperament in her. She has that man's fears put in her. She has that man's psychosis put in her. That's why when you have a kid from a man that's a weirdo, you're going to have a weirdo kid, usually. That's why if you have the sperm from a man who is very feminine, you'll probably have a somewhat feminine boy, not just because of the sperm, but by the way he's raised. But you know what I'm saying. There are markers for human genome. So the point I'm trying to make, and what the woman said much more eloquently than I do, is that you are going to act like that man, and especially if he had a big impact on you, if he was your very first, that's the first in line to get you following a certain way. The Lord put it that way. The first one's going to have a lot of power on you because you're supposed to stay with that man and have more children with that man. You're supposed to bond with that man. Get it? It's simple. So I'm going into this again because I'd forgotten until this video just popped up, and it was one of the men of Great Millstone going into that video. He played it, and if you want to go see it, I'll say it again, GMS. I think it's capital GMS, Despise Not Thy Youth. And the video is probably the first one on the list because he just put it out today. It's called When Women Have Sex with Multiple Partners. When Women Have Sex with Multiple Partners is what it's called. So I just wanted to bring that out, that there's things that come out, and you can usually tell if they're true or not true by if they match up with the biblical. So the biblical model is one man with multiple wives that are loyal to him, that are having children with him and are helping each other to build his empire. So you have a man, a strong man, a respected man that's doing the right things. You have 2, 3, 4, 5 women, however many this man can respectably provide for. And a lot of times that's only for Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai to decide, because if he would have told me I was going to have 3 kids from 3 different women, I would have said, I can't do it, Lord. I can't do that. But I did it. And I'm 60 years old and my children are all fine. And so that's another point I'm trying to make, is that some men he'll give 8 children to that is doing nothing, and then that makes more little demons. So the point I'm trying to make is women, you need to understand that you're supposed to be with one man your whole life. And when you have all the sperm up in you, when you've been riding the cock carousel, you get on that carousel and you're do. Next thing you know, you don't know if you're a horse, a butterfly, whatever other carousel character you rode when you got on that carousel. You notice the carousel has all different kinds of beasts on there, right? Depending on what kind of carousel it is. So what you're having is all these beasts semen in you, and you cannot bond with one man. That's why we see second marriages seldom work, unless the woman has a spiritual resurgence or something like that. But that's the point I wanted to make, is she brought up something interesting also that I've found to be true, so that you know it's not just about you guys and you women that, you know, we're always picking on you because I'll just stop right there. Well, the water is perfectly clear now. Perfectly clear. But I'm gonna do another video after this one on what I think happened here, because this is a week later. This is barely a week later, week and a half now, and it's perfectly clear. Look at it. They're letting the water come in. They have these booms that have no oil on them. But anyhow, what I was saying was, the other part of the video that was interesting is that she was talking about men with vasectomies having autoimmune responses in their body, and I am that man. I had a vasectomy fairly early. I was probably, what was I, 36, 30? Yeah, pretty young. What's 36 and 24, 25? That's 60, right? Yeah, so I was 36. And now I have, not only did I have bacterial staph on my spine a few years ago, I also have this intense and reoccurring osteoarthritis and other strange maladies that can't be put your finger on, because they don't care about finding out what a vasectomy does to you. They get money to do vasectomies, not to not do vasectomies, and they don't care if it's actually hurting the man. Everyone just wants to make sure there's no more Israelite babies, and that's what they did to me. The Lord probably could have gave me 10 kids, and he would have took care of all of them, because he takes care of his children, and I'm one of his children. So that makes me realize that I cut the Lord short, and I have to. I'm repenting for that every day. These are the things that I'm repenting for. Having some of my kids, let some of my kids not make it into the world. How's that? That's a confession. I have to confess these things and say, I'm sorry, Lord, in front of all of you. There's nothing about me or nothing about you that people aren't going to know. Everything's going to come out into the light, so you might as well just tell it like it is. That's what people don't get. They think they're hiding something. They're hiding nothing. The Lord's eyes are everywhere. But anyway, I just want to put that thought into you women's heads. I know there's no one watching my videos, which is ridiculous, because I actually bring out information only that's true, as far as I can tell, and I would never lead anyone astray. And so what I do is actually, I'm bringing out things that are spiritual, that you can't know for sure until you get there. Just like faith, when I'm telling you these other things, I'm telling you out of the bottom of my heart and from what I've seen. And it's one of those things where I'm not going to lie. I cannot lie. I might not tell the truth because I don't know for sure if that's the truth, but I will lead you in certain ways that people should be able to get a biblical reality put together from the real world. And that's what prophecy is. It's showing you the things in the real world that you can't understand spiritually. And when I say that there was no oil spill here, I'm not saying it because I want to be some smart aleck, fucking smarty pants that wants to be a prick and be a rebel. I want the truth. And the more you search for the truth, the more chances you'll find it, because you'll start to know what things feel true and what doesn't feel true. So if it feels true to you, ladies, that you still think about your first sexual experience, the father of your first child, the father of your second child, whatever that is, that guy that had the hugest rod that pounded you, like broke your back, threw your back out, it's because the experience mixed with the bodily fluid, the DNA, the spermatozoa, and the vulva, and the acceptance of the penis into the vagina and all that stuff, that has a big effect on you. And think back on how those men acted, and think back on how you act now. You don't realize the voodoo that the Lord does to people through their disobedience. He's putting the curse on you, and he's putting the curse on me for not knowing and not paying attention to the Spirit enough to know better than to do these despicable things that we do. All right, so of course the reporting was completely fucked up again. I'm going to turn this off and turn it back on. Oh yeah, they did open a hole. Okay, I'll be back. Shalom.